Good morning. Brad here, welcoming you back to the homeschool library from right here in the Little Green Schoolhouse. Wanted to make the official announcement of my plans to participate in the first reading event of 2026. I had not really planned on doing any reading events this year until I found out about this one, and I absolutely had to jump on board with it. You've probably heard a lot about it already. Haggard January, celebrating the life and works of H. Rider Haggard, a man of great adventure himself, being involved in many of the historical aspects of the colonization of South Africa during the British and Dutch years. And his works of fiction, which are many, some of which have gotten every bit as famous. I would say classics, classics of English literature. Probably the two most, not probably, the two most famous that he is known for is, of course, King Solomon's Mines, which is my second favorite book of all time, right behind the illustrious Treasure Island. And what may have even surpassed King Solomon's Mines was his novel She, as in She Who Must Be Obeyed. King Solomon's Mines came out in, I believe, 1885, followed by She in 1886. His third volume, which is chronologically the last of the Allan Quatermain stories, although the second that he published is just called simply Allan Quatermain. This is my volume. This is the first volume in the complete works. I think the complete works of H. Rider Haggard. These are published by Leonard Press, which is a UK-based publisher. I've got all of these, not just the Quatermain adventures, which I think there's like 21 stories in the Quatermain series. Each volume here has at least two of them. Some of the novels are more novellas, shorter works. There's also the 4-volume She set, which also contains a crossover with the Quatermain series called She and Allan. There's a 4-volume set of just his African adventures, a 5-volume set of his historical adventures, and a 4-volume set of more fantastic fiction, kind of more science fiction-y type stuff, which I don't like as well, some of those, but they've definitely got Haggard's stamp on them and are all great reads. Just not my personal favorite. The keys for this reading event, if I remember correctly, are: one is a traditional Haggard adventure story. The second is Haggard playing in other genres. And then there's a third, a work of nonfiction, either dealing with Haggard himself or something related to his works. And then a fourth is, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, a work inspired by the works of H. Rider Haggard. So these are all great. I kind of have a plan going forward. I don't know how many of these I'm actually going to get read, although I will read at least one book in each one of those little keys. The first one that I'm going to be reading is Allan Quatermain. I've read all of these at least a couple of times, and I'm starting with Allan Quatermain specifically because one of the characters in the novel, by the name Umslopogus, who is a son of Shaka, who was the historical Zulu king. Shaka, as in Shaka Zulu. Maybe you've seen the miniseries. He is a recurring character through a few of the Quatermain novels. We go back and learn his backstory in some of the later books. But he's introduced in Allan Quatermain, and he becomes a key character in the choice of the books that I will be reading for this reading event. And that will become clear when I reveal the next book that I'll be reading. But anyway, I'm starting with Allan Quatermain, which again is the last story of Allan's life. I'll say it that way without maybe giving too much away. And I will say these are a great series. If you're looking for a way to complete your Haggard library, look no further than Leonard Press. You can see their logo there. They're a great publisher. I've got a lot of different books from them, fiction and otherwise. They're a great publisher of genre fiction. Maybe some of you more pulpy fans out there. So anyway, yep, that's it. Allan Quatermain to start off Haggard January. I read the first 6 chapters already this morning. Looking forward to getting into that deeper, finishing that up. And stick with me. Keep coming back to see where we'll be going with Haggard January going forward. So with that, I'm going to leave it, and you guys have a great day. We'll see you next time. Brad out.